We're joined now by our political panel, National MP Simon Bridges and Labour Party Minister David Parker. Good morning to you both. Lovely to have you on.
Good morning. Good morning.
Where's Trevor? We should have had Trevor on. Where's Trevor? Who's backing Trevor?
Oh no, he wouldn't.
Who's
say.
backing David? He's your man.
Oh well, the Prime Minister gave him a slap this week, really, to say that he let himself down and Parliament down. You know, there's fault on both sides, but no one covered but neither side covered themselves in glory. You could see they were enraged.
Yeah, but is a slap enough, though? I mean, he's meant to be the big august official above and beyond reproach and all this sort of thing.
Well, he's got to reflect on what's happened this week, and you know, I'm with the Prime Minister. I was disappointed.
You're always with the Prime Minister.
Yeah, well, yes, that's true, but I'm not saying because of that. But
you seem pretty unimpressed with him, David.
Well, I'm not going to be judge and jury of you know, because you'll ask me should he go, and I'm not going to go that far.
Should he go?
I'm not going to go that far. I'm not going to be judge and jury. But I was disappointed on that. I thought, you know, we need to have a place in Parliament where you have contests, you can disagree with each other, you can criticise each other,
and we do.
But you've got to keep your cool a bit.
Yeah, I agree with you. Should he go?
Yes, you know, that's National's position. We think he's unfit for office. I mean, let's just remember the facts here, which is that a man was falsely accused of rape, and that was dragged through the court proceedings for 18 months.
Awful.
Falsely. But what made it worse on Wednesday night was that under the cover of parliamentary privilege, he's saying things. And for those, you and I, we all know what we're talking about there. In Parliament, we have a privilege to be able to say things. And I would say to Trevor Mallard, well, actually, if you believe those things, you should say them outside of the House.
He's cost enough.
You and I know he won't. This, you said before, where is he? Why isn't he coming? Well, he's not going to, because he said things there that he wouldn't say outside of the House.
He's re-accused him.
I'm not going to get into it.
Not of the same thing.
But I thought there were things
sexual assault.
I think there were things said there that we know he wouldn't say outside of Parliament. The other one I would just respond to, David, is Labor's been quite clever in what they've said. They've effectively, and I agree, the Prime Minister has given them a dressing down. The other side of what they've said is they've also sort of said, well, but, you know, it was bad on all sides. I don't accept that.
Come on.
I actually think we were doing our job. The people here with questions are Mallard, and I think we all actually agree with that. And actually Jacinda Ardern, because in the end, why is she keeping him?
She's keeping because he's doing the job for her.
Well, actually, your defence of the way in which your colleagues handled this is wrong too, with respect.
China. Let's talk about China.
Yeah, the most serious issue of the week, actually.
Has your government upset China?
Well, probably, yeah. But
in what way?
By publicly, through Parliament, criticising the alleged human rights abuses in parts of China, and saying that we think there should be transparent access allowed to international officials, like from the UN, to see how serious it is.
To most New Zealanders, that's not offensive at all. Is China too sensitive?
Yes. I think one thing I'd say to viewers as well, if you're not following this that closely, a lot has changed in the last 3 or 4 years, and I'm not saying that's the Labour government's fault. You've got a China that is significantly more aggressive than it has been in the past, and I also think we're in a world, and I don't want to be dramatic about it, but that is a more dangerous place, more volatile, is more unpredictable. And so for New Zealand, that's tough because, hey, we want to trade, we want a strong working relationship with China, but what we also need to do, and what you saw in Parliament this week, was us also saying, but we will also stand up for our values, and severe human rights abuses are wrong.
You support Labour in this?
I support the approach that Parliament had this week.
Okay.
This wasn't about international aggression this week. This was about internal
human rights abuses.
Human rights.
Okay. No, and I was making a broader comment of where I think things have gone.
We have to go, but if you have to pick a side, America and China, you're forced to pick a side. New Zealand has to pick a friend, China or America.
Well, actually, I was reflecting on this. You know, if the invasion of the Capitol building had occurred whilst Parliament was sitting rather than over the holiday period, we would have had a debate about that and criticised them. So it's not, I don't think it is about choosing sides. I think it's about criticising what ought to be criticised.
You can't pick it. Can you pick China or America?
Well, the moment you pick a side, you can never chart a middle course. So you should not pick a side.
All right, I got to go. I got a guy in my ear saying this has gone on too long. Thank you very much, gents. I appreciate your time. Labour Party Minister David Parker and National MP Simon Bridges, 28 minutes.